Hey, welcome back to another video. And this is a little bit of a late upload, but I wanted to talk about something a little bit different than what I normally talk about. I wanted to talk about something more directly related to teens and to, as teens, probably many of our main financial goals, and that is college. Right now, college is a very big expense. Student loan debt is a huge topic of conversation, and I'm sure it's something that you've heard a lot about, or at least thought a little bit about. So, I wanted to help kind of help you set up a roadmap so you can plan for and understand everything that goes into the costs of college. Speaking of that, I wanted to talk about the most important part, which is the first step, which is understanding the cost of college. Like any goal you need to set, like we've talked about financial goals, they need to be measurable, they need to be accurate. So you want to understand exactly what goes into your costs when you are a college student. Uh, so first I'm going to talk about the cost of college, which in this case includes tuition, room, uh, dorm room at a college, books, and a few other fees that a college may have. So, on average, for a private university, the cost of college is about $60,000 a year, right? For a public and in-state college, we're looking at about 30,000, and the average is a little under 40,000. So, um, please keep in mind this is per year, and more important than this is that this only includes tuition, room, books, and other fees, which may sound like it's all of it, and it's all of it that directly pertains to the college, right? But as a college student, you're not gonna realistically, you're not gonna be eating with meal swipes every meal, right? So maybe every now and then you'll go out and eat out with friends. Maybe you'll hang out with friends on the weekends and spend some money there. Uh, maybe you'll buy something and cook somewhere near you if you know then groceries are a cost. So it's things like that that can also add up that you need to be mindful of. But I'm going to talk about that separately. Without any slides, I'll just talk about how to prepare for the more unexpected and difficult to calculate costs of college. For now, let's just think about the numbers in front of us. And for the numbers in front of us, I've developed a way to categorize every method of preparation. That is the three A's: actions, accounts, and aid. So actions are steps you can take to gain more money and therefore lower the burden of college costs. Lower the burden of tuition because you it's things like working for like part-time jobs, internships, anything that can make you money pretty much. Uh, it, Side hustles for teens is a huge thing that there's many videos on. So if you want to look at something like that, that's always free. But anything that you can make money off of is obviously a great way to prepare for, having to pay for tuition and all of that. Um, the rest of this is going to be a little bit. The next one is a little bit more technical, and that's why I think it's so important. So next we have 529 accounts. Now, what is a 529 account? Because it's definitely not something that most of you have heard of. Or maybe even if you have, maybe you need a reminder. So, in the US, you are allowed to gift up to a certain limit until you are taxed on it. What a 529 account lets you do is it lets you put all of the money that you would have gifted many years in advance. I believe 5 years in advance. And it lets you use that money to towards a child's college fund. So the way it works is if the money is taken out for the sake of a college fund or for the sake of college payments in some form, it is free. Or that it is tax free. Sorry, you obviously still have to put the money in it, but you can put up to the legal limit to gift, which is around 15,000. It varies by the year, but typically settles around 15,000 for up to like 5 years. So by doing this, what you can do is you can set aside a lot more money for college than you normally would have. Because we can even like jump back and look at this, right? We can jump back and see that if you had what, let's say 15,000, let's say you only get 3 years out of the 5, or let's say you can't gift up to 15,000. Let's say you're only gifting like 10,000, maybe a little under for 5 years, right? Now we're still looking at something that can cover most of the cost of that can cover the cost of a private university for a year, almost, right? It can cover the average college for a year easily, right? So that's why this is such a helpful thing, because it takes this legal gifting amount and it says, oh, but now you can gift for up to 5 years in the future, which you can then just use entirely on college, which is why it's so helpful. Jumping back to this, I'm going to finish with aid, and I think this is the one that people have heard the most about, and for good reason. It is definitely probably the most important part of this, and that is that you don't need to find a new way to prepare for college because people are offering that to you. There's FAFSA, which if you don't know is a government aid program, right? So FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid, right? And it's essentially a government program that students use to apply for financial aid, which is like grants, work study funds, loans, things like that. And then there's also scholarships, and you'll notice there's types of scholarships because there's two different types. The first is based on like socioeconomic status. It's based on you know, income of your parents and things like that. And the other is merit based, which is based on, maybe if you win a competition, like there's NHD, National History Day, winning that, I believe, has a scholarship for a couple thousand. So there's things like that, right? Those are the two types of scholarships. But more importantly than any sort of types or anything technical is how can you find these? And for this, you have many resources, but I wanted to put one up right here, advisors. Now, advisors, right, there's more about FAFSA here, right? There's student loan relief, but the easiest thing, find scholarships here, right? Now, there's plenty of sites that will do this, but obviously I can look through grants as well, and now I can just see a bunch of different options. Now, a lot of these you can see no essay. Now, anything with an essay would be merit based. That's why it has an essay. And there's other sites as well. I believe scholarships. If I just search scholarships.com, yes, you can find scholarships now like this. Though you'd have to create an account. But there's plenty of resources to help you find scholarships, so I would recommend using these. Finally, it's not on these slides, but I wanted to talk about you going back to the actions and having a part-time job and internships through college, because that's a great way to be prepared for any other costs like we talked about. Maybe you want to go with your friends one day. Maybe it's your birthday, and to be prepared for that cost, one of the best things you can do is still continue to earn money while in college, right? That can not only set you up for the sake of having work experience to get a job later on in life, but it can help you prepare financially for further costs of college and just for later on in life. Overall, that's all I have to say for now. So, thank you all for watching. Please comment and like the video, and don't forget about these 3 things because they're going to help you so much in preparing for college. I'll see you in the next video.